Oh, here we go again. Good. Slow down. Okay. I've had so much excitement today. Okay. I'll just put this out of. Okay. Just need to calm down, you see. Now, good evening. I'm Julz and Paekau, coming to you from Auckland, New Zealand. I am addressing the TBC, the Billion Coin community, and those who may be interested in joining TBC, and those that may be members here. But all in all, I'd like to thank you all for coming along to my broadcast and joining me in a rather unique program that's going to be known worldwide, not only on the internet, but outside the internet. So if you were a TBC member and you have been offered, I'd be more than happy to be your guiding light, to help you up where you may have been left behind, or you have done a transaction and waiting for it to be confirmed. Then for a $50 fee, I can help you with that. So being a trusted seller has given me some awesome opportunities to be a part of a program that works. At least it works for me. And I'm hoping that I can help you so it'll work for you and the entire global community who need to be lifted out of poverty. Now, I'd like to take you on a little journey for those that are just new to TBC. There's a few things you have to know. And what I've been doing is going back into the old blogs and bringing them forward. You know, because every now and again, you've got to know more than what the daily blog brings you on a day-to-day basis, although that's very important as well. But still, to learn something from previous blogs that will also help you in this journey through TBC. So what I'm going to do is put that down, and I'm going to share my screen with you, because what I have to me is very important as well. So let's go and share my screen. And what I have is a blog called Please Complete 3 Separate Questions, 3 security questions, excuse me. Now, I touched on this earlier in the day, but I need to slow down and take you through this important step, because if you don't get this area right here, you could specifically get, you may not be able to confirm your transactions as the buyer. So this is how you confirm your transaction. Although things have been made a bit simpler now with the new web wallet, this all matters. Getting these areas correct And if you haven't got any of these questions here, NA or none is quite sufficient, so long as every slot, not necessarily your alternative email, but every other slot must be filled in. Please make sure you put a profile picture in so admin can see that you're a real person, okay? But the rest of the spots, answer them accordingly. And please, one thing you must do is keep your personal details tucked away safely so you can retrieve them should you lose your password or you use access to your back office. So the onus is on you to protect your program, to put the passwords and your personal details, put them on a separate document, put them away, or grab a USB that you can put your information on just for TBC, okay? Because it's all very important, not just for your criminal cash back office, but for your wallet, for your for your 009.net web wallet, and for the billioncoin.info. All your details are very important. Please don't be lazy and not store your personal information away. Don't think that you create a password that's so easy and use them for the 3 sites. You never know. You might get Alzheimer's and forget. It's known to happen. But get your details safely tucked away, and so you won't have any problems getting into your back office, because Crinkle Cash back office is a very, very important place throughout your 3 sites. Although your 3 sites are totally important as well. So just be mindful that you put your details away so you can just pull them out. Not so much on your desktop or your laptop or whatever. Just try and take your information away from storing it in your documents and things like that. Because you just never know how nosy people can be, and these days breaking into somebody's back office is not a problem, as we have seen with the white fish lady, whose back office was broken into big time, and she lost quite a bit of money. She lost quite a bit of TBC, but still she carried on, and it was through no fault of her own. Some people are just too clever for their own good, don't you think? So anyway, let's go. Many inactive members are returning to TBC, and unfortunately, many of those forgot their password to get into our websites. And so this is why TBC has held on to those people who have been inactive, and therefore are giving the broadcasters the opportunity to bring these people back to life. And I would more than likely say that a lot of them would be happy to know that finally somebody's come to their rescue. The good news is they have returned, and the Cookie Rewards program is usually the reason why they have returned. And, I must make a big confession here, because I never sat up until the Cookie Rewards became part of the program. When it was introduced, and then I was warned, I was told, we've got these Cookie Rewards now. And that's what made me sit up and take a look. when their cookie rewards arrived. So be mindful of the people that were inactive and didn't know what a cookie reward was. But support has been very busy lately, manually resetting passwords for those that forgot, and filters on members' email boxes have not allowed smooth email correspondence. The default settings on most email accounts tend to filter our TBC emails out automatically, and then some members feel like support is not responding to their tickets, regardless of what the issue is for them. So there's a few instances that happened when as in regards to why a member had pulled away. We were having a lot of trouble in the back office around about mid-year 2017, and many things were happening. And so TBC admin, to shut down things, had to stall things, repair things, and sort out things like somebody who hijacked the web wallet and used the back door to come in and plant a seed so he could siphon off the TBC. And lucky through the TBC admin, they they um, they found this glitch. And so it was all a matter of time of getting everything back into order. Yes, it took a few months, but it happened. They got it back into order. The cookie rewards program started, and we started to move ahead. To reduce the time support spends on resetting passwords while maintaining high levels of security in member accounts, we have been developing an addition to the profile section with 3 security questions to answer. Now, these 3 security questions are quite straightforward, but like I said, store your details away. Even though in your head you might think, no, I know the answers to that. And then you get error. So save yourself the headache and store your questions, your passwords away. Questions and answers. That is how we will automate a password reset. The member must be able to answer these questions about themselves to regain access to their account if they forgot their password. It's important to completely fill out your profile, which now includes these 3 security questions, to have full access to all the tools on the website. Now, the tools are plenty, like we've got the blog right here to help you through. People are willing to put out videos as to um, anything from as easy as setting a Gmail account up or a protonmail.com account for that matter, to answering the questions, to listening to the ho ho ho, you know, and Craig's list. Is it Craig's list? Let me see. Hang on. Sorry about that. I should have known that off by heart. Where are we? Paper day. Where's this? Where's this list? Oh, how dear. Oh, Santa's list. Sorry. Events. Now let me see. I'll get there. I'll get there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is not good. This is not good at all. So, Now, Santa's list. Sorry, I went a bit quiet there. Santa's list is where you put people you potentially, even they might have declined, you can potentially build your list and send off emails, just as you can do with your broadcasters leads. So if you look at your broadcasters leads and you look at the potential people that you stick in the list here in Santa's list, so it pretty much marries up together. Broadcaster leads and your leads, your personal leads, maybe your relations. Look at that select relationship. So, where was I? Genealogy, excuse me. Paekau, genealogy. Oh, it's not there. Excuse me. But anyway, we'll go back over here. Soon the same process will be true on the other websites like the billioncoin.info. So what I think what they mean by that, actually, I know that you can put your testimony either in the billioncoin.info site or you can put your testimony in the Kringle's Cash back office. You may have noticed that you can't effectively use the transaction verification system tool in your Kringle Cash back office until you have completely filled in the profile page of your account, which now includes these 3 security questions. So what happens there is that in the billioncoin.info, these 3 questions are also there. So if you lose your password to the Kringle's Cash back office or the billioncoin.info, these 3 questions will show up, and if you answer them correctly, you will gain access back into your back office. So that's why it's vitally important, people, to document your 3 security questions, document your passwords, your personal details, because this is your opportunity. They're giving you at least an opportunity to get back in if you lose your password. But through careful planning and securing your details, this shouldn't be a problem. We are sorry for any inconvenience this may have caused you when one day it seemed like the transaction verification system tool was working great and then the next day it wasn't because of this additional code inserted into that process. Looks like most of you figured that out already, but again, we are sorry for the disruption. And that's TBC at its best. They apologise for something they knew that they had to fix. Managing millions of members is not an easy task, not at all. 3.2 million people, that's a lot of people. But just imagine when we get into the billion, when we get to the billion, or hundreds of millions, TBC is going to have one of those almighty jobs to do. Even with having a team of people working on it together, I hope you all know it is our intent to make you happy with the things we build for you. So that's what they want to do, make you happy. Laugh along if you choose. TBC development is not static. We always seem to have a list of things to complete daily to make the user experience better for all. Coding and website development are dynamic processes. And unfortunately, doesn't always go the way we plan. Unexpected bugs do pop out after a while, and then we need to debug those, which just adds to the list of things we need to do. Now, the importance of that is that we know what the list of things to do. Good evening, Bitcoin Scott. Thank you for being at my broadcast. I totally tautoko you. Tautoko means thank you, to assist. And I thank you that you are supporting me in my live broadcast, as I love coming along to your broadcast. Thank you so much. We have some very exciting things in store for all of you in 2018. Perhaps one of the most exciting things is the early cookie redemption in the whole month of May 2018. So here we are. We've gone past May now. We've had an extension, but now we certainly do have a deadline. And I think TBC admin has been more than generous in allowing the extra time to get things done. And for me, my cookies rewards went smoothly. I have migrated over. I saw no reason to wait, although some have caused to wait. Thank you so much, Bitcoin Scott. I love your presence. And I never saw any reason to wait, so I migrated. Have you migrated, Bitcoin Scott, or are you waiting to? And that's all gone smoothly. And I've done a few transactions today. And you know, when those transactions went through, I threw my hands up in the air and I went, yes, everything is running smooth. I was so elated. And the person that was waiting for their cookies to arrived within minutes into her back office. And she just was yodeling away and typing, of course. But she was so rapt because she had just paid her $10 fee. She had paid for her $100 worth of cookies, and they showed up within minutes. And I was elated for her as well. I was rapt for her, so I've done 2 transactions today. And was I the happiest lassie in town? I really was. We have some very exciting things in store for all of you in 2018. That's cool, Bitcoin Scott, because a lot of people are waiting for next week. And I just didn't see any reason for waiting. But that's cool because I know many, many people are waiting for next week. But I'm glad I'm over now. So, I don't have to wonder whether it's all going to go smoothly or not. And so a few of my people who I said they can also wait for next week, some of my team, and some of them do want to migrate now. But I did say to them, I said, well, we've got another send button meeting on Tuesday. And, still got the opportunity to do some broadcasts. Yes, I did some transactions on the new 009 Bitcoin Scott, and they went smoothly as. Couldn't have taken, it was such a smooth operation. I know I should have did a video on it, but I was in the moment. And when I'm in the moment, I get so excited, and the person that was transacting, that was buying, she was elated. And so to see how smoothly things transacted, that was just an awesome feeling, because what happened was the transactions, they do sit in a queue, but you have the opportunity for that transaction to sit in that queue and do another transaction on top of it without worrying about clicking that button too fast, like we have experienced in the 004, because your transactions will get done in time. So you can have a queue, but only one at a time will go through. And that's what makes it so exciting in the new 009. Perhaps one of the most exciting things is the early cookie redemption in the whole month of May 2018, starting on May 1st, 2018. We hope to close out the billionaires section of the matrix by then. 1,111,111 spots. Behind the scenes are many teams working on various aspects of TBC. Now we know that. We know that they're working really hard behind the scenes because us as broadcasters, we're reaping the benefits, aren't we, Bitcoin Scott? We're reaping the benefits just about on a weekly basis. Something new is happening for the broadcasters. And so they should, because some of them work really hard, like yourself, Bitcoin Scott. I know I've had my challenges and they're gonna get worse. But I will manage the best I can. I had my lull period when I couldn't broadcast, and I know I'm going to face those challenges in the next couple of months. But I'm not going to let that be a factor in what I do on a daily basis. Okay, if it's challenging for me on a particular day, well then I can see that I have to rest. And but it's not to say that TBC is going to take a back seat. No, not by a long shot. But in order to look after myself, not to push myself harder than I should, I will definitely make sure that I'm on target to at least keep up to date with what's happening in the day-to-day blog. Because once I'm hospitalised, I know that hospitals have crappy internet. I think you have to go downstairs into the lounge area where you can get free internet, but depending on my situation. But I'm not going to worry about that because doing what I do, I'm happy where I'm at. Thank you, Bitcoin Scott. I appreciate that. Good evening, Tiokotai. Thank you for coming along to my broadcast. Okay. This is not a small commercial bank we are dealing with. This particular bank is oh no, hang on, where was it? Oh, here we are. We have a team working on the bank, and I'm really looking forward to putting a sock in the mouths of the loudmouth naysayers. Oh, that's funny. That don't believe in the bank behind TBC. Wouldn't that be something, eh? All those elite and all those naysayers, and we know that there's plenty of them, the trolls out there. Oh my gosh, if we get to the point that the bank comes on board, oh, they probably drop dead. This is not a small commercial bank we are dealing with. This particular bank is already sitting on enough assets that they could end poverty globally themselves. So guess what? We're in the right place at the right time. But building our community is something we need to do so the bank can look at us and say, yes, they're doing the job, but it's up to them to say, we'll take them on. Because they don't really need us, we need them. But with what the broadcasters are doing, and they're doing a smashing job, I must say, to have the bank at least take a look, well, then we're on the right path. Yet this bank operates independent of the cabal. The testers will be able to cash out $500 a week for about a month or so. Now, although this is going back a few months, um, as these blogs go along, you will notice that when the daily blogs come through, sooner or later there's a previous blog that relates to the daily blog. And so I've related this blog to what's happening here in the back office, getting all these free leads. And so I've married this blog up with the leads that we are now getting, because this is what they promised. This is what they didn't promise, but they wrote earlier about TBC giving back to the members. And now that the members are broadcasting like crazy, they're the ones being rewarded. The testers will be able to cash out, right, I've done that. I hope you understand that amount monthly to every poor person on earth would end poverty. Well, it doesn't matter how big or small you think $500 is. It's a lot of money when you haven't got it. But like Bitcoin Randy keeps saying and proving, you can earn that much and more by following the Kringle Cash system today. And that is how we will build up our membership base. Now, look at that sentence. I just have to highlight that because Bitcoin Randy keeps saying and proving you can earn that much and more by following the Kringle Cash system today, and that is how we build up our membership base. Now, that is a fact. Because of the amount of transactions I have done, you couldn't get a truer statement than that, because you don't need to wait for the testers to get $500 a week. I've done that in one transaction. And my weekly transactions have been 1, 2, sometimes 3 a week. But hey, it's working. We have a team working on the existing coin network, and lately it has improved greatly in speed and transaction confirmation. But as I can tell you now, 009.net is moving like lightning. And that's why Bitcoin Scott, I couldn't get over how fast those transactions went through today. It was overwhelming. But unfortunately, the current TBC coin software is too riddled with bugs for mass adoption. So we all went through that period where the bug was there and, we waited. And some of us were very patient. We have a completely separate team building the new coin network, and more reports on it will come out once the holidays pass. And I can gladly say that the blockchain server is working a treat. I've become even more gun-shy to suggest a date of when we will migrate. Well, the shyness, he sure got over his shyness, because here we are. Here we are with the opportunity to migrate at our own will till the 31st of July. Because I've been accused of dangling a carrot and moving the goalposts and such. And I only have so much ability to predict things once they complete them. The earlier, the better, as far as I'm concerned. Looks good that within the first quarter of 2018, both the bank and migration will happen. Well, it's been awesome getting people over through the migration. And here they were panicking, thinking, oh, it's going to be a hard task. But it's not at all. Answer 10 questions and you're home. I push hard every day for things to happen sooner than later. We also have a support team dealing with all the support tickets that come in, and they are overworked if you ask me. Now, I try as hard as I can not to send in a support ticket because we know how hard TBC admin work. The TBC police team are carrying out various functions to defend the value of our TBC coins. An abundance-based currency is a brand new idea, and it does take time to help people understand what TBC is all about. But here we have the broadcasters. We didn't have the broadcasters then, but now we have the broadcasters for them to come and ask questions. And the best place is to be in the broadcasting room. And every broadcaster should be able to answer any questions that's thrown at them. In the meantime, we have to correct people that are members that fall out of alignment with the concept of an abundance-based currency. The point is, there are a lot of teams working behind the scenes on our behalf to make the concept of an abundance-based currency a reality. Now, the reality is here, the reality is now. TBC is our abundant coin. Unlike what some may think, these people are not paid to in TBC kringles. TBC is still an emerging currency and is far from being considered liquid to the masses. It took Bitcoin years as a new concept to reach the stage where you see it today, that it has become liquid using market exchanges. 90% of the coin market cap on exchanges are not liquid either due to low volume of trades of those coins. And we're talking about Bitcoin that fluctuates like crazy, Ethereum, Litecoin, and I've even got some Electronium. And so Electronium's been good with me, but still fluctuating. So these teams working for us all get paid today in some form of liquid money. That money has come from you, the members. Every time one of you, our members, pays the $10 fee, it contributes to paying the people behind the scenes of TBC. And so right, and so it should be. The ones behind the scenes keep our blog, keep our back offices up to scratch. And $10 is more than worthy of the work that they put in for us. We are doing good and we can feel good about our collective progress over our first 21 months of our existence. Together we are making this idea of an abundance-based currency a reality. I'm nearly there, don't worry. Don't let our non-liquid currency status today discourage you. As a peer-to-peer currency, we have flourished from the day we launched. Marketing our peer-to-peer currency couldn't be easier if you follow our Crinkle Cash system with or without a send button. I personally am envious of you, the regular members. If I was just a regular member without a send button, I would make at least 10 times more following the Crinkle Cash marketing system than what I get from the leftovers of the $10 payments after the bills are paid. Now, we know that Randy showed us just how much TBC admin has been outlaying for the bills for the people who work in the background. And I'm grateful that we had that opportunity. $10. We do have a cash reserve, and cash flow is okay to keep on paying the bills to run TBC. Even with a bang, it will take TBC a year or two from now to go mainstream and become a liquid currency. We have many obstacles ahead of us, and we will have to overcome all of them in order for us to reach the status of a liquid currency. May gratitude fill our hearts and not judgment, because we need each other in order to make this a better world. And that you couldn't find a truer statement than that. We need each other in order to make this a better world. I sincerely appreciate every effort made by each and every one of you to lift up TBC, especially the efforts of the leaders within TBC. Without you, I would have already failed. And thus, you put the broadcasters in this category because they are also lifting TBC every day, 24/7. Yes, there's a few gaps in our broadcasting back office, and the rota can go a few hours without somebody broadcasting, but we're there. The majority of the people who do their daily broadcasts are there to lift TBC. It's not easy to convince anyone to become a leader because leaders get most of the rocks thrown at them. Well, I'm happy to say it hasn't happened to me yet. So thank you very much. Stay strong and let's find a way to unite even more so. TBC was just an idea, but is now also a plan, and later it will become the fuel each of us can use to get to any destination we desire. Be happy, keep up the effort, and let's rejoice together at each and every achievement we accomplish, both as individuals as well as collectively. Doesn't that just touch your heart? Be happy. Be happy. Keep up the effort and let's rejoice. That's magic. And so let's go back. Stop sharing my screen. Sorry if I've taken up too much of your time, but I'm very, very, very I've got a quenching feeling that I just can't say enough. I can't do enough now. I did a broadcast earlier today, and this is what I was supposed to do. Something happened, and I ended up on a completely, totally different subject. But that's okay. And so I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you so much, Bitcoin Scott and Tiokotai, for coming along. What a treasure you both are. And, like I said, I talk in my broadcast like I'm talking to the world, and then I've got a stadium full of people. And it makes me feel great. So until my broadcast tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. Oh, look at the time. Sorry about that. But I'm Julz and Paekau. My details are below this video. Let me take your hand and guide you through this wonderland, because that's what we've got here. We've got a wonderland of uniqueness, of characters that are willing to help. I'm willing to help. There is a multitude of trusted sellers that are there with their hand out, ready to lift you up. So come along. If you need some help, I'm here. The broadcasters are here. Let's do this. So from me, Julz and Paekau, my broadcast number 58, thank you so much for watching me, for listening to me, and I'll catch you tomorrow at the same time. So this is Julz and Paekau. Ka kite, and have a good evening, afternoon, morning, day, whatever. But sending you all the best. Bye for now.